In an era where global politics can change with a single tweet, the prospect of Donald Trump returning to the White House has the world watching closely. From America First to unprecedented summits, his previous term reshaped international relations in ways that are still being debated. As the next election looms, questions arise about the future. What would a second Trump presidency mean for the world? How could his policies and personality once again influence global economics, environmental agreements, and international diplomacy? This video explores these questions, offering insights into potential global consequences based on Trump's past actions and policies. It's a journey into speculative analysis, grounded in expert opinions and historical precedents. Join us as we delve into the realms of foreign policy, climate change, economic strategies, and more to understand the ripple effects of a Trump victory on the global stage. But this isn't just our story to tell. We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts, concerns, and predictions? Share them in the comments below as we embark on this exploration together. Now let's dive into the heart of the matter, starting with Trump's approach to foreign policy and international relations.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Trump's world, foreign policy shifts. In our first segment, we turn our focus to the cornerstone of any presidency's global impact, foreign policy and international relations. Under a Trump administration, the world witnessed a seismic shift in America's approach to diplomacy, marked by the America First doctrine. But what could a second term mean for the global stage? First, we'll explore the potential revival of America First policies and their implications for international alliances. Trump's previous skepticism towards multinational agreements and organizations could once again challenge the traditional fabric of global cooperation, from NATO commitments to trade agreements. Next, we delve into the complex dynamics of U.S.-China relations. The trade wars of Trump's first term not only strained bilateral relations but also sent ripples through the global economy. A renewed presidency might escalate these tensions, affecting everything from technology exchanges to international supply chains. Our discussion then shifts to the Middle East, a region where Trump's policies have had profound effects. From moving the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem to brokering the Abraham Accords, Trump's approach has been both praised and criticized. We'll examine the potential paths forward in this geopolitically sensitive area, considering the balance between diplomacy and conflict. Lastly, we consider the broader implications of Trump's foreign policy on global stability and peace. With a penchant for unpredictability, how might Trump's leadership style influence international crises, negotiations, and the U.S. role as a global leader? As we navigate through these critical issues, it's clear that the stakes are high. The direction of U.S. foreign policy under a Trump administration could redefine international relations in ways that will resonate for years to come. Stay with us as we unpack the complexities of a world shaped by the decisions of one nation's leader. Trump versus climate. What's next? In this next segment, we turn our attention to a topic of critical importance and widespread concern: climate change and environmental policies. The stance of the United States on environmental issues has global repercussions, influencing international efforts to combat climate change and shaping the planet's ecological future. Under Donald Trump's previous administration, we saw significant rollbacks on environmental regulations and a notable withdrawal from the Paris Agreement, signaling a departure from collective global efforts to address climate change. Should Trump secure a second term, what could this mean for the global environmental agenda? We'll explore the potential for further deregulation of environmental protections within the U.S. and its impact on air and water quality, wildlife conservation, and emission standards. These domestic policies not only affect the natural landscape of the United States, but also set a precedent for environmental governance worldwide. Next, we delve into the implications of reasserting a stance against international climate agreements. A continued dismissal of global warming science and international cooperation could hinder progress on crucial climate goals, affecting global efforts to reduce carbon emissions and transition to renewable energy sources. Moreover, we'll examine how a Trump presidency might influence the global renewable energy market. With the U.S. taking a step back from clean energy initiatives, could we see a shift in leadership to other nations, or might it stifle global innovation and investment in renewable technologies? Finally, we consider the broader implications of these policies on global climate action. With the world facing increasingly severe consequences of climate change, the role of the United States as a leader or a detractor in environmental policy could dramatically influence international relations, economic policies, and global climate resilience. As we navigate the potential environmental policies of a second Trump term, it's clear that the decisions made within the U.S. have far-reaching effects, shaping not only the nation's environmental landscape, but also the global community's ability to address the pressing challenge of climate change. Economy under Trump, boom or bust? In our third segment, we delve into the intricate world of economic policies and their profound impact on global markets. The economic strategies employed by the United States under a Trump administration have the potential to influence not just the domestic economy, but also the economic health of nations worldwide. Firstly, we'll revisit the concept of trade wars, particularly with China and the European Union, which marked a significant chapter in Trump's first term. These trade policies, characterized by tariffs and tough negotiations, could see a resurgence, affecting global supply chains, manufacturing, and international trade relations. We'll analyze the potential outcomes of renewed trade tensions on global economic stability and growth. Next, we explore the domestic economic policies Trump might prioritize, such as tax cuts and deregulation, and their implications for the U.S. economy. While aiming to stimulate economic growth and job creation within the United States, these policies also raise questions about national debt, income inequality, and the sustainability of economic expansion. We'll consider how these internal policies could ripple through the global economy, influencing foreign investment, currency valuation, and international economic confidence. Furthermore, we'll examine Trump's stance on international economic institutions and agreements, from renegotiating trade deals to challenging the roles of the World Trade Organization, WTO, and the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Trump's approach could reshape the frameworks that govern international economic relations and dispute resolution. Lastly, we'll discuss the broader implications of Trump's economic policies on emerging markets and developing countries. These nations often find themselves particularly vulnerable to shifts in global economic policies and market sentiments. The potential for increased economic nationalism and protectionism under Trump could impact foreign aid, investment flows, and economic partnerships critical to their development. As we navigate the complexities of economic policies and global markets under a Trump presidency, it's clear that the stakes are high. The decisions made in Washington could set the course for global economic trends, influencing everything from trade and investment to economic development and international cooperation. Trump's wall, immigration realities. In our fourth segment, we address a topic at the heart of much political debate and personal consequence: immigration and border security. The policies and rhetoric surrounding these issues under a Trump administration have sparked discussions and controversies both within the United States and around the world. We begin by examining the potential for stricter immigration policies and their implications. Trump's previous term was marked by efforts to curtail legal and illegal immigration through various means, including travel bans, refugee caps, and the enforcement of stricter visa requirements. A second term could see a continuation or intensification of these policies, affecting millions of people seeking to live, work, or seek refuge in the United States. Next, we delve into the signature promise of Trump's first campaign: the construction of a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. We'll explore the progress of this project, its effectiveness as a border security measure, and its symbolic and practical implications for U.S. relations with Latin America and the broader international community. Furthermore, we'll discuss the broader implications of a hardline stance on immigration and border security. This includes the impact on U.S. demographics, labor markets, and the country's historical identity as a nation of immigrants. We'll also consider how these policies might affect international perceptions of the United States and its moral and ethical standing on the global stage. Additionally, we'll touch on the humanitarian concerns raised by strict immigration enforcement, including family separations and the treatment of asylum seekers. The global reaction to these policies and the potential for international human rights challenges will be a critical part of our discussion. As we navigate the complex and often contentious issues of immigration and border security, it's clear that the policies enacted by a Trump administration would have far-reaching effects. Not only do they shape the lives of individuals and families directly involved, but they also influence the United States' relationships with its neighbors and its role in the global community. Society in Trump's America, unity or division? In our final segment, we turn our attention to the social and cultural impact of a Trump presidency, exploring how leadership styles and policies can resonate beyond the political arena, influencing the fabric of society and the cultural landscape. First, we examine the divisive nature of Trump's rhetoric and its implications for social cohesion within the United States. Trump's tenure was marked by heightened polarization, with significant debates around race, gender, and identity coming to the fore. We'll delve into how a continuation of this rhetoric could further influence public discourse, social relations, and the national psyche. Next, we explore the impact on the media landscape and freedom of the press. Trump's contentious relationship with the media, characterized by accusations of fake news and attacks on journalistic integrity, raises questions about the future of free speech, press freedoms, and public trust in media institutions. We'll consider the potential long-term effects on democratic discourse and the role of media in society. Furthermore, we discuss the implications for cultural expressions in the arts. Policies and leadership styles can indirectly affect creative industries, from funding for the arts to the themes and messages of popular culture. We'll reflect on how a Trump presidency might shape the cultural output of the nation and its reflection of American values and challenges. Additionally, we'll consider the global cultural impact, particularly how America's soft power, its ability to influence others through cultural and ideological appeal, might be affected. The United States has long been a cultural exporter, but Trump's policies and persona could alter how American culture is received and interpreted abroad. Lastly, we address the potential for social movements and activism, both in opposition to and in support of Trump's policies. The social and cultural landscape under Trump has seen a surge in activism, with movements around women's rights, racial justice, and environmental concerns gaining momentum. We'll explore how these movements might evolve and their potential to affect change. As we conclude our exploration of the social and cultural impact of a Trump presidency, it's clear that the effects extend far beyond policy and politics. The leadership at the top influences the nation's heart and soul, shaping the ways in which we interact with one another, understand our identities, and envision our collective future. Its impact on the world. As we conclude our exploration into the potential global and domestic impacts of a Trump presidency, it's crucial to step back and consider the bigger picture. The policies and leadership style of any U.S. president have far-reaching effects, shaping not just the immediate political landscape, but also the global order, environmental health, economic stability, and the social and cultural fabric of societies around the world. The decisions made in the Oval Office resonate in ways that touch every corner of the globe, influencing international relations, global markets, and the collective fight against climate change. They also deeply affect the national conversation around immigration, social justice, and the values that define a nation. In this complex and interconnected world, understanding these dynamics is more important than ever. It's not just about one leader or one country. It's about the collective future of our global community. This is where channels like Geolin come in. Geolin is dedicated to bringing you exclusive content that digs deeper into the stories that matter. In a media landscape where the truth often gets sidelined by sensationalism or ignored by mainstream outlets, Geolin stands as a beacon for those seeking clarity and depth. Our commitment to uncovering and sharing the truth is unwavering, even if it means taking the path less traveled and remaining anonymous to do so. Every video we produce, every topic we tackle is aimed at providing you with insights that go beyond the surface. But to continue this mission, we need your support. By sharing our content, engaging with our videos, and contributing to the conversation, you help us grow and improve. Together, we can ensure that important stories are told, that hidden truths are revealed, and that voices silenced elsewhere can find a platform for expression. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Your support not only fuels our work, but also contributes to a more informed and thoughtful world. Remember, in the quest for truth, every share, every like, and every subscription makes a difference. Let's continue to challenge the status quo, push for transparency, and strive for a deeper understanding of the world around us. This is Geolin, where the search for truth never ends.